It's 9:20 in the morning. It's the 10th of March 2014. I taught myself astrology. I picked up books and read them. And then I started working out how to do it and started practicing by doing charts. And that really is the only way to learn, to teach yourself. In that light, I had to develop my own practices, my own methods of working. And it was only in the last 10 years when I've really started interacting with other astrologers a lot more that I've realised how different my methods are compared to the norm. Both in the hand that because I'm self-developed, I've developed my own techniques and my own understandings, but also that I'm much more of a brutalist and much more of a nuts and bolts astrologer than most, in that whilst I firmly adhere to words like integrity, dignity, conscience, and a very clear spiritual potential for myself and the planet, at the same time, I'm not fluffy, unlike many astrologers. In that light, my interpretation of things is always going to be mine. And if I start going on too much about the Grand Cross and the potentials in the world, no matter how much the correlations in the outside world are, I still wonder if I'm dreaming it in. You know, my statement of many times of there being one planet but 7 billion different worlds really holds strong. We're all responsible for our own perception and the way we choose to see things. And perhaps today's planetary movements, or at least the movements of the planets in the sky right at this moment, symbolise and suggest this. It's twofold. Obviously you've got the big T-square going on with Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto ad infinitum for the next 2 months, with Mars brewing. Okay, the Grand Cross is brewing, right. At the moment, on the one hand, you've got the moon in the sky exactly conjunct Jupiter. Normally, moon conjunct Jupiter, especially in Cancer, is cause for celebration. It's eating chocolate, it's putting on a couple of pounds, and as someone who's getting hit by this, boy, am I. And it's about expansionism, growth, optimism, humour, particularly in the land of feeling, emotion, home and family, nurturing, evocation. It's a joyful position. Unless it's opposite Pluto, in which case there's always going to be an element of subversiveness and intrigue. And when there's square to Uranus, there's going to be downright manipulation and power struggles going on. So to have the moon on top of this is going to bring an amplification, a sudden amplification over today of things that have been brewing a long time. But normally, moon conjunct Jupiter, nice aspect. However, to balance that, you've got this ongoing blooming square from Mercury to Saturn that's been there since mid-February. As Mercury went retrograde, it started squaring Saturn. It stood still squaring Saturn. Now it's moving forward. It's still squaring Saturn and will be for the next 2-3 days. And the exactness is in the next 24 hours. Mercury square Saturn is normally a really fast transit. It happens within 48 hours, boom, they're gone. But when it takes a long time, I think the meaning is going to be far deeper, far more profound. And I know that when I see Mercury square Saturn in an individual chart, I always talk to them about how the mind and the communication networks and processes and the interactions and the social skills all take a long time to develop. And they only really catch up with peer group as they get into their mid-late 20s. But as they get into their 30s and 40s, these are the people whose mental structure and capacity for self-discipline during all forms of communication with themselves, with others and with the world really become far more solid, stable and self-disciplined, and they become excellent at making big decisions, seeing the big picture. Now, if I apply that to the world at this time with Mercury square Saturn, you've got Mercury, the fast-winged messenger of the gods, wanting to bring information in Aquarius to humanity. Meantime, Saturn in Scorpio is sitting on him and going, no, because if you tell everyone everything, then there'll be no more secrets. Astrology, it's true to life sometimes, I tell you. Scorpionic times. Catch you later, folks. Have a great day. Bye.